Hi everyone. Today I'm going to help you get started on Microsoft Teams. Since you're watching this video, then you should be on my YouTube channel. What I want you to do is set up your browser so that it's only taking up half of your screen, like I have it set right now. I'm using Google Chrome. I recommend using that so that all of your clicks and options are the same as mine. If you don't have Google Chrome, that's okay. You can continue with whatever browser you're using. But for right now, if you do have Google Chrome, I recommend that you pause the video, open up Google Chrome, and reopen the video in Google Chrome if you're not using Chrome. So the first thing I want you to do is create a new tab by pressing this plus button on the right side on the top next to your YouTube tab. That's going to create a new tab. I want you to click and drag your tab so that it's next to the tab that you have open. So you have two separate screens. I'm going to show you how to do that again. So I'm going to X out of this. You're going to create a new tab by pressing that plus button, and you're going to click and drag so that you have two side-by-side screens. The reason for this is so you have the ability to continue watching the YouTube video on the right with all of the instructions and have your working side on the left while you figure out how to use Teams. You can resize them using the little arrows, but you don't have to do that. Now that you have your two tabs open, I want you to go to the top where you can put in a web address and go to Teams, T-E-A-M-S, .microsoft.com. Again, that's Teams, T-E-A-M-S, .microsoft.com. When you get here, you're going to have to sign in. Because I've signed in before and it remembers that I've been here, it already has my email address. If you haven't been to this site before, go ahead and put in your whole Henrico email address and then press next. So I'm going to click on my name and put in my password, just like my regular email password, how I log into the computers. It's the same password for everything. I recommend staying signed in, so go ahead and click Do Not Show This Again and click Yes. If you haven't gotten signed in or you had a problem, pause here, reload. The reload button is up on the left, and try again until you get to this page. Once you're at this page, click Yes. The next page it'll bring you to says download the Teams desktop app to stay better connected. We're going to do that later. For right now, I want everyone to learn how to use Teams on the web browser because not everyone has the ability to download the app to their computer. So what we're going to do is click Use Web App instead. Again, I will make another video where I show you how to use the app. It's almost identical, but for the purposes of this video, go ahead and click on the button underneath the blue button that says Use the Web App instead. This should bring you to your home screen. When you get to Teams, under this 9-tile box on the left side, there are different things that you can click on. Right now I want you to ignore everything except for the button that says Teams. It should take you here automatically. Your screen will likely look different than mine based on the teams that you've already been invited to, and that's okay. What I want you to do is click on Teams just to make sure that you're on the right page. If nothing changes, then you're on the right page. Up at the top, on the right side, you will see a button that says Join or Create Team. I want you to click on that button. This will take you to a page that says Join or Create Team. I'm going to do that again. So I'm clicking on Teams. Then in the top right corner, you're going to click on the button that says Join or Create Team. If you need a moment to catch up, pause now and catch up. After you get to this page, we're not going to pay attention to join a team with a code or anything else that pops up here. The only thing I want you to pay attention to right now is the button that says Create Team. I want you to click on that button. 4 different options are going to pop up. It doesn't really matter which one you click, but right now the one that we're going to click is the Professional Learning Community. So you're going to click on PLC. I'm going to do that again. So here I am in the Create a Team. I'm going to click on the blue Create a Team button, and then I'm going to choose Professional Learning Community. At this point, your screen should look like this. It's going to say Create Your Team. I want you to name your team Test. You don't need to put a description. If you want to, you can, but you don't need to. And I don't want you to worry about the privacy settings right now. We'll talk about that later. For right now, just name your team Test. Once you've put the test name in your team, the button for Next will become available. Once you see that it is a navy blue button, I want you to click Next. This will take you to a screen where you can add people to your team. If you're creating a small team with 2 to 5 people, it's pretty easy to add them to your team by simply putting in their Henrico email address. So if I want to add Suzanne, then I would click on her name and then click Add. If you make a mistake, you can simply X them out. I'm going to do that again. You type in the person's Henrico email address, just the beginning part of it, and it should pop up because this is the Henrico platform, so everyone in the Henrico public schools will be under this umbrella. So all you have to do is put in the beginning part and they should pop up. So I'm going to click on Suzanne, and then I'm going to click that blue Add button. If I wanted to add a second person, I do the same thing. And you keep adding until you have the people that you want. This is what I recommend doing if you're making a small group. So this would be a good way to set up your teams for your grade level meetings, or if you have meetings by content, or if you need to set up a meeting for any other groups within the school building. This is a great way to do that. If you are creating a group that is school-wide, you want every staff member to be a part of this group, I don't recommend doing it this way because it will take a very long time to add all of the people, and you can't put in names separated by commas. I know for certain you cannot copy and paste an email list in, but if you want to type them in individually, you can. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to remove all of these people. And you'll see it says skip. So if you had added those people, it would have said next, and then they would be in your group and you would move on to the next step. But if you want to add a large number of people, then you're going to skip this step. So now you're going to go back and click on the Teams logo on the left side in the navy blue column where we started. And you should see the group that you just created. What I want you to do is click on the 3 dots in the top right corner. So again, you're going to Teams on the left side, and then you're going down to the group that you just created, Test. You're going to click on the 3 dots in the top right corner. Here, I want you to click on Get Link to Team. This is going to give you a link that you can copy and send in an email to anyone that you would like to join a group. I'm going to press cancel right now because I want to show you how to do that again. So again, you're going to click on the 3 dots in the top right corner. Then you're going to click on Get Link to Team. From here, press copy. And that'll automatically copy it onto your computer. Then immediately go back over to your email. So I'm going to send this invitation. So if you were sending this to 50 people, you could put the whole group here, all 50 people. So what I'd like you to do is go ahead and create this group send it to someone that you know will respond, whether that's one of your team members or anyone. Again, this is just for practice. You can send it to me. So I'm JC Tosi at Henrico. So if you want to send that to me, you can, and I'll accept it, and then you'll be able to see the back end of this. But right now, think of someone you can send this to that's within Henrico. Then title it Test Teams Group, and then just simply press Control V or right click on your screen and paste. And you'll have this hyperlink, and that's all you need. Make sure that it's blue. If it's not blue, then it's not a link. So again, I'm going to show you. You can either right click and paste, or you can just press Control V. But if you see here how it's not blue, that means it's not a hyperlink. So you need to make sure it's blue like this one to make sure that the people that you're sending it to are getting the link and not just a whole bunch of nonsense letters and numbers. So you're going to send it. So now that you've sent that email, you're going to go back to your Microsoft Teams tab. You're going to make sure, click on Teams again, make sure you're on this page. Then on the page that says Test, on the box that says Test, you're going to go in the top right corner again where we went before. And instead of going to Get Link to Team, you're going to go to Manage Team. So again, we're clicking on Teams on the left side. Then we're clicking on the 3 dots in the top right corner. We're going to Manage Team. So here is another place that you can add members. So I can add, and then once I've added someone, I can close it. Now what I want you to do is click on where it says Members and Guests. You can see that I added Kim, so she will have access to this group. I manually added her. The link that I sent to Jennifer, I have to wait for her to click on the link and accept it before it will pop up here. So here you can see Kim is here because I manually added her by clicking on the add member. So I'll show you how to do that again. We're going to click on this blue add member button. And I'm going to add Suzanne. I press add. And then once that person has, once the program is ready to move on, the button for close will be available. So now Suzanne and Kim are members of my group. Now if you remember a moment ago when I was in the email, I sent the link to Jennifer. But she's not here. So what you need to do to find the people that you sent a link to, they're not automatically added. You're going to click up here where it says for more and click on pending requests. So right now there's no pending requests. That means that Jennifer hasn't opened the email that I sent her yet. So I'm going to go back and show you how to do that again. So you're going to click on for more and click on pending requests. If yours doesn't say for more, that means that your window might be bigger than mine, and so you might just be able to click directly on pending requests. You might have seen a moment ago that I got an update that Jennifer has a pending request. So if I go to pending requests, she should be there now. Oh, there she is. So if you invited 50 people or however a large number of people to your group, you can either individually accept them or just press accept all. Once you've accepted people into your group, they will be a member of your team. So if I go back, so again, I'm going to my teams and I'm going down to my test group. I'm pressing my 3 dots in the top right corner and I'm going to manage team. If you click the drop down here of where it says members and guests, you'll see Jennifer is now a member of my team. So now I'm going to go back again to my teams, all of my teams, clicking on the left side navy bar. In the test group that we just created, I want you to click on the logo for that group. So now you'll see there's conversations that can happen here. We're not going to worry about that right now. What I'm going to do, so if I click on the video camera that's in the top right corner, that's the Meet Now button. So if you have already set up with someone a time that you're supposed to meet and you don't have a calendar link to it, you can press this and it will create a meeting where you can invite people individually. So again, if you want to meet right now, you can click on this video button and click Meet Now. Then you're going to click Meet Now again once you see yourself. Then you'll be able to invite people. So if I would like Jennifer to join me, then I can click on her and say ask to join. You can see that it's calling her. I don't know if she's available. So again, if you want to have someone join your meeting, you can click ask to join. So we can see Jennifer has now joined the group. Hello!
Hi!
I'm just going through making a screencast on how to use this, so thank you for joining as we run through how to work this.
You're welcome.
All right, well, I'm actually gonna end the meeting now that I've shown people how to do it. So thanks so much for being my guinea pig.
All right, bye. Thank
Bye!
you.
So to end your meeting, you can press that little red leave meeting. If you'd like to schedule a meeting in the future, you go to the same button, the one that looks like a video camera in the top right. You're going to click on schedule a meeting. So I'm calling this test. Adding people is optional. Again, this is a team that you've already created, so they're already in that team. But if you want to add people who are outside the team, you can add them there. You don't need to add a location. You can type details if you want, but you're going to change the date to whatever time it is. So let's see if I can make mine now. If you want it to be an all-day meeting, you can, but if it is certain time constraints, you put them here, and then you send it. And that will send to everyone in the group. So let me show you how to do that again. You are going to click on the video camera right here, schedule a meeting, write the name of it. You don't need to add attendees. Change the date and time so that it matches whatever your meeting is, and then press send. So then if I go to the meeting that I set up for 1:30 today, I can just click on it, and then you're going to see it says join in the top right. Again, I'm clicking on the meeting that I created, and then clicking on join, and clicking join now. So it doesn't look like anybody's in here, which is fine because we're just setting this up. So at this point you can hang up. A couple of things to make sure: every time that you're on a meeting, make sure that your video camera is on. If you click on this, you won't be able to see yourself. If you can't see yourself, no one can see you. So you're going to click that so that there's not a line through it. And then your mute button. Generally, it's a good idea to have your mute button on unless you're the person who's speaking, or if you're in some sort of discussion, keep your microphone on. But if you're just listening to someone talk, it's generally good to mute yourself, so that way people don't hear the background noise of wherever you are. But just make sure that if you have a question or anything like that, that you unmute yourself, otherwise people won't be able to hear you. Within the groups, there's also a chat function. We can go over a lot of these details later. I just want to make sure that everybody knows how to get on, create, and get into a meeting. So we're going to stop here for today. Please email me if you have questions. Hopefully that was enough to get you started, and I will keep sending you little bits every day so we can make it a little bit more manageable. All right, thanks.